Hello and welcome to another episode of my tutorial series. In today's video, we are going to have a brief overview of a very exciting product from Google called the Google Search Console. Now, Google Search Console allows businesses to improve their online presence. Google Search Console basically provides you with insights on how your website is performing on Google search results. It identifies any issues that may affect the visibility of your website pages. And finally, it provides you with the data metrics for search traffic as well as user behavior. Now, you need to understand the basics of this platform if you're wanting to increase or drive more organic traffic to your website, as well as improve your website's overall search engine rankings. So, as always, for demonstration purposes, we are going to use a test Google Search Console account. So let's delve straight into it. Firstly, we need to make sure that we are logged into the relevant Google account so that we can sign in into our Google Search Console account. Now, in your browser, you need to type search.google.com/search-console. That will take you straight to your Google Search Console account. Now, if you see a screen similar to mine, that means that your Google Search Console account has been verified and configured properly. If you do not see this screen, then you will be shown a screen by Google Search Console where it requests you to verify your domain first and then configure the Search Console account accordingly. That is kind of a prerequisite before actually seeing data metrics on Google Search Console. In our case, that is already set up and configured, so we can move straight to the reporting from Google Search Console. So the very first screen, which I see here, is the overview screen. It basically provides us with a couple of line graphs from the performance section, the indexing section, experience, enhancements, so on and so forth. We will go into a few of the main sections from the Google Search Console reporting, and I will explain some metrics to you. So on my left-hand side, let's start from the performance section. Once we go into the performance section, it basically provides you the data metrics from all those search queries which were put in by the users and against which the pages from your website were shown on the Google search engine. So there are different search queries down below in the form of a table, and the metrics shown against them are clicks and impressions, which means that for a particular search query, how many clicks and impressions or views were there for your website pages. Now, there's another metric which you can include in there as well, which is known as the average position. So you simply have to click on that and it will start showing you the average position metric against different search queries, which means that for a particular search query, what is your average position? What is your website's average position? Now, this is basically showing an overall view of your website. If you're wanting to go specifically for another page of your website or for a particular page of your website, you can also do that by simply clicking on New and then choosing the filter page. And you can enter the URL of that specific page and it will start showing you the search query data for that particular page. Now, at the top, there are different filters, starting with the date range. So you can select different date ranges in there, last 7 days, 28 days. You can even do some comparisons to see what the results were a few months or weeks or days ago, and what are the results right now. Once you come out of that and you click on New, there are a total of 4 other filters. First one is the query filter. So if you're wanting to see the data for a particular search query, which has been input by a user on the Google search engine, you can do that. You can simply click on it, enter that particular search query, and it will start showing you the data for that search query. Page. If you're wanting to have a look at the data for a specific page from your website, you can enter that page. If you're wanting to have a look at some of the data from different countries, for example, you're not only based in New Zealand, your business is also based in Australia, US, UK, etc., you can choose that specific country because the data metrics, clicks, impressions, position, they will be different for each country. And finally, the device. You can select, do you want the data to be seen for computer, which is essentially called a desktop, and a tablet or a mobile device. So you have all these options. You can look at some of these metrics in the form of a line graph as well, which is pretty helpful. And then you can see what kind of search queries is our website showing against. Now, how is this helpful for you? At times, you want to include or add some content on your website, say on a particular page. You can pick up that page, you can enter the page in Google Search Console and check the search query data. For which search query is that particular page showing up in the Google search results? What are the clicks? What are the impressions for different search queries? And what is the average position? On the basis of that, you can make different decisions. Do we include these search queries in our website content? Do we exclude these search queries from our website content? It is important to note that at times people do exclude different keywords or search queries from their website content without knowing the negative impact it can have on your search engine rankings or your organic visibility. So this is how Search Console data can help you in improving your website content. Then on the left-hand side, there's an option called URL inspection. Once you click on that, you will be taken to the search bar at the top. How does it help you? So if you're wanting to see if your page, a particular page from the website, is showing up in Google search results, if it is indexed or not, you can type the URL of that page in the search bar at the top. It will inspect that page and let you know if that particular page has been indexed on Google or not. If not, what are the issues which are stopping it from getting indexed and how you can resolve them. So the first point which comes to my mind is, what is indexing? So indexing is basically the collection, parsing, and then storage of data by a particular search engine, in this case, Google. So if Google does not index your page, a particular page on your website, it means that Google does not have any information from that page on your website, and it cannot showcase that information to the users when a particular search query is put in the search results. So now on the left-hand side, there's another option under the main subheading called indexing. It's the pages. So once you go into the pages, it will tell you what pages are indexed on your website and what pages are not indexed on your website. And then if you scroll down, it will tell you why the pages are not indexed. What are the reasons behind it? So the first one you can see here is page has a redirect. Now those redirects might be intentional. You might have put them intentionally so that they go from one place to another place. That is fine. But then the other errors could be something like not found 404. Now this is a critical error. Google does not like that on your website. So it is important, if you have any pages which have these not found 404 errors, please draft them out in the first instance. If you cannot do that in the backend of your website, please get rid of them or apply redirects to those pages. The last option would be to get rid of those pages. Then there are some other technical issues which can be there, which are stopping your page from getting indexed. So these are a few things which Google Search Console does show you. If you click into each one of those options, it will show you exactly which pages have these issues. It will give you the URL of those pages. Then we have another option on the left-hand side called the sitemaps. Now, sitemap is basically a list of all the URLs from your website which are associated to your domain. So whenever the Search Console account is set up initially, it is important that you provide Google with the sitemap from your website. Why is it important? Because the sitemap contains all the URLs which are associated to your domain. That way, Google can see which pages does it need to index. It can crawl into those pages and fetch all the data from those particular pages. If there are issues, Google Search Console will let you know that these are the issues with these pages. So sitemap is basically a map of all your pages, which Google requires in order to start indexing. Sitemaps can be generated from the backend of the website. If you know about the sitemaps, you can generate them yourselves, or you can ask your web developers to do that. It is basically a URL which you will need to enter here, and that will automatically fetch the sitemap for you. Then under the left-hand side menu, we have some other options. For example, the most important one, which we will briefly overview, is the settings option. So if we click into that, there are quite a few settings which you can set up for Google Search Console. First of all, if you want to allow someone else to go into your Search Console account and have a look at it or have access to it, you can add more users and allocate them different permissions. Then the associations. It is very important that if you have set up a Google Analytics account, you link it to your Google Search Console platform. So you can always do that from settings in here. Just click on associations, choose the correct or relevant property which you have for your Google Analytics account. The new one would be Google Analytics 4, of course, and then you can associate them accordingly. Change of address, very important. If you're building a new website and your domain has changed, for example, it has changed from abc.co.nz to xyz.co.nz, before setting the new website live, you must inform Google Search Console about the change of address. And that could be done here in settings. You just tell Google Search Console that our domain is shifting from ABC to XYZ, and then Google Search Console will start moving towards that new domain and start indexing the pages there. If you do not do that, there are chances that you may lose some organic data, organic visibility for your overall domain or your brand. Then under crawling, we have another option, which is called robots.txt. Now, robots.txt is crucial and important as well. It is basically a file which contains a set of standards or protocols which you set up for all the web crawlers or web robots in order to allow them or disallow them for accessing different portions of your website. Now, it is done for security, confidentiality, and privacy reasons. So it is important that whenever you set up your website, you always set up or configure a robots.txt file as well. Now, I have come across many cases where a lot of web developers or users have made the mistake of disallowing the web crawlers or web robots from accessing the main pages of your website. You do not want to do that. Otherwise, for example, if you disallow the web crawlers or web robots to not access the home page of your website or contact us page of your website, that is crucial. You want that information to be available to the public on Google search results, and you want that to be indexed so that it drives more organic traffic to your website and improves your overall rankings and organic visibility. So it is very important to keep in mind, only disallow the robots or the crawlers the access for those portions of the website which are private or confidential or could result in security breaches. That is the only purpose of robots.txt file. The Google Search Console, if one of your main pages is not indexed through the robots.txt file issue, it will let you know that the page has been blocked by robots.txt file. So that is very convenient in that scenario. So in this case, it says that our robots.txt file is valid, which is all thumbs up. So this was a very brief overview about the Google Search Console platform. Now, if you want to drive more organic traffic to your website, or you require help to improve or increase your overall website search engine rankings, please get in touch with us. Wonks have specialists which can help you drive more organic traffic and improve your search engine rankings. So get in touch with us today. If you like the video, a thumbs up would be much appreciated. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you very much.